This is the journey, and welcome to my new video series. This is the idea here is starting Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes as a free-to-play player, and start from zero, nothing. Actually, level 3 really, because I just finished the tutorials. Just 3 characters, and then go all the way to cap, and kind of talk about the strategies that I'm using to level up. How I'm going about collecting various characters, and how I'm ultimately ending with Command Luke Skywalker, who's one of the and Jedi and training Rey. But those 2 characters are 2 of the more difficult to get because they require a lot of different characters that you need to farm in sequence before you can start to unlock the more powerful Command Luke Skywalker and Rey Jedi in training. So this is kind of a series just detailing how I'm going about that. It's going to take some time. I'm going to do this 100% free to play. I do have a level 83 account that I'm almost to the point where I'm unlocking Command Luke Skywalker, but I have put money into that. And this one I wanted to do organically, just go start to finish, and just talk about it on the way. Just relive the journey a little bit. That's where the name came from, and just see how it goes. So the first strategy that we're going to work on here is unlocking a good rebel team, one that can be used in a lot of different ways, a lot of different events, and a lot of different aspects to maximize the finite amount of resources that I'll have, but at the same time give me something that's very flexible. So some of the experienced players watching this video probably know where I'm headed right away. We're going to start with the Phoenix squad. And this will be starting at Kanan and moving backwards towards Chopper. These are going to be the 5 mains that I focus on all of my energy and as much resources as possible. I'll be throwing at these to unlock them as quickly as possible and start qualifying up to 5 stars. My first major goal will be 5-starring this team and getting them to at least gear level 7. And then along the way, we're going to work on scoundrels to help us build some money and to help us fund what will happen later in the game, hopefully build up a little bit of a bank. As we near level 70 and get into the higher gear levels, it becomes more and more difficult to get your character to the next level, so you can start unlocking more and more abilities, hopefully working towards end game abilities that are unlocked with what's called an Omega. And then ultimately a Zeta, but we'll get to that. But the strategy here will be to slowly work on some of the easier to grind scoundrels and bounty hunters for credit heist, which is an event that comes around every once in a while, pretty frequently though, compared to some of the other events, and will help us keep our bank account over 7 digits. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and just dive right into our first set of characters. All I've done so far is to unlock the tutorial, and from here I really haven't it's been a long time since I've done this, so I'm going to be poking around and seeing what's the first set of things I can really even do at this level. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've been this low, but these are the guys I'm going to focus on, and we'll see where it goes. So we have, let's see, that unlocks at player 8. So Cantina is going to be really important. I know Ezra and Hera both will come out of the Cantina. Chopper will come out of the Cantina shipments, I believe. Zeb comes out of Galactic War, and Kanan is out of the squad shipments area. So he will take probably the longest to finish up, while Ezra and Zeb generally star quicker than all the others. So with that being said, let's see when the squad opens up. Player 28. Boy, so it's going to be a while since I start Kanan. Level 8 before I start Hera and Ezra. So, So we'll go ahead and we'll just start let's see here. Okay, so we'll just start here and we'll just keep working our way up until we unlock some things. So enjoy the ride. I know I will, and let's do this. So early on, I'm a big fan of the auto, just to zip through this. And if I find that the AI is just not cooperating, I'll take control myself. But I want to get through these a little faster than usual, and we'll see how it goes. The AI tends to use abilities over attacks, so that can get a little frustrating, especially as you have an enemy that's on the precipice of dying and you watch your whole squad just start buffing each other instead of taking out the bad guy. That gets annoying, so we'll keep an eye out for that too. Also, taunt immediately can get one of your tanks killed pretty quick if you're against the wrong battle. Alright, this goes well. Good. Simple. Fast. I'll take it. I have no idea how far we're going to go. Yes. Oh, that's another thing we'll be doing. Under quests, I don't remember at what point they'll light up, but we'll get a daily checklist that we'll have to go through every single time we log in. We'll want to make sure that we address everything in there. It's like win 10 battles, win 3 dark side, 3 light side, 5 at the hard difficulty, stuff like that. And you get a nice reward at the for completing that every day. And as you get close to level cap, it becomes even more important, because if you complete, you get awards similar to Omegas, things like that. Become very important towards building your character into that next step towards endgame, really. So we're going to always keep an eye on that as well, making sure that we're getting our dailies done, using our resources in a smart way towards the first goal, which is that Phoenix squad again. So curious who I'll be opening up after these 3 too. The Phoenix squad's not going to come right away. It's going to be a little while before we unlock those guys. Going to need some DPS added to this team, though, that's for sure. I forgot just how wimpy these guys can be on their own. Good defensively. They got a heal. They got Chewie adding defense to the team as their leader. We got a little bit of area damage with the so I guess a trooper in the back. Definitely want to add some DPS to that. I think Farm Boy Luke will be one of our early guys that can deliver some criticals. Not necessarily a super high-end DPS, but he'll be helpful. We're going to go ahead and auto this one too. What I ultimately would like to do is be able to open up hard on the first day so that we can start collecting some character shards. I don't think there's going to be any real other way to do that. We'll see how this goes, though. Uh-oh, Chewie. And I'll tell you what, after this battle, because we are struggling, I'm going to take control this time. Not going to necessarily get a better result, but maybe Chewie won't go straight away with a instant taunt. That's a little better. Maybe he'll make it. We'll see. There's the heal. Ooh. Just waiting for a critical to just drop Chewbacca. Oh good, they changed up. 3-star, good. Alright, so we've I've always noticed once the battles become a little difficult, you want to look into upgrading in some fashion before you start moving on to next battles. I like to just keep a string of 3 stars going so that when I get into more of a farm mode, I want to come into these, I come into these battles, I want to be able to multi-sim them. So we'll also start accruing some of these tickets right here, these sim tickets, so that we can quickly power through these fights. especially if we're grinding out gear. We need to run the battle maybe 6 or 7 times quickly to try and get gear together. That's something I'll want to do right away is try and get those together. I wonder what. So challenges is another big part of this daily routine. Player level 15. So once this unlocks, this gives us access to ability materials. This will give us access to extra gear for our characters, things like that. Helps the leveling process quite a bit. Okay, so let's see how we can do any upgrades right now. I'm going to go ahead and spend our free card. Oh, nice. Cool. So we just unlocked IG-86. That was awesome, actually. That's a good thing. We're going to go ahead and level up Chewbacca. Not too far. I do this really slowly because I want to keep power spread instead of having it centralized on a single character. So we'll go ahead and try and get him up to gear level 2. And that's something else with our leveling strategy. We're really going to focus on the stars, and we're going to focus on gear level as we're advancing our characters. That seems to have much more impact than just raising the level ability. And the level ability I'm going to be bringing up just to unlock these types of things. So you can see unlocks at gear level 7, and then character level 20, so on and so forth. So we'll make advancements in character level only when we really need to. And that strategy is really going to help us as we enter into higher character levels and we start to move into things like Galactic War. Galactic War becomes really tough if you're putting the character level up as high as you possibly can, but you're not keeping up in stars and gear level. You can quickly reach a point where you can't complete the Galactic Wars, and there's some big awards and bonuses that come with completing the Galactic War fight, which is, I forget how many consecutive battles, 12, 15, something like that. And the Phoenix Squad will be great for Galactic War when we get there. But that's something else I'm going to be keeping in mind the whole way, is making sure that gear level and the stars on each of my characters is at a much higher point than the actual character level itself. We're going to be very highly focused on that, just to make them very powerful for their actual, in relation to how high their character level really is. It's just a way to scale them up to have an easier time when you enter into things like Galactic War right over here. So we have time, player level 40, and we'll get to that. Okay, let's see if a little bit of gear level to Chewie and these other two, it's not really going to help right away. Let me see if there's some things I've unlocked to maybe go and find this stuff. Oh, good. So 1D and 1E. Let's just see how much commonality we have. Goes back to C. Okay. By the way, I'm moving through this quickly, but I'm looking at these nodes. These are where they unlock. So we have 1C, E, and F. F we haven't done before yet. And C and E again. Okay, so we're gonna focus our energy in that one. Good. So we just collected the one we're looking for. We'll equip it, and we'll equip it. And I'm out of energy, but I'm out of sim tickets. The bane of my existence. No sim tickets. Play level 7. So shipments, when we unlock this, for 30 purple shards, we'll be able to get 20 sim tickets. We're going to do that every day as well. So once I hit level 7, that will become a big part of our strategy. Daily, at least. So we'll come here, we'll run this battle. And we'll just auto-play this through the AI. I know the AI can handle this one. You can see Chewie's already taken a hit better. He's not immediately dropping to half. That's great. And then our DPS, sadly, is the guy with the big gun in the back. We'll hopefully see him be a little more effective in the more difficult node here in just a second. I want to get him up to gear level 2 before I try and finish off the normal, the tier 1 for light side on normal. We have one more node to go. Nope, we did not get it. So we'll do that again. Paddle. Oh, no. 1C. Yep, paddle. And we'll fire that one off again. And for any of the new players, you can click and hold on these effects to kind of see what's going on here. So they're getting huge critical damage out of there. It's pretty cool. Nice. Clean. So as I'm trying to grind out this piece of gear, I'm going to recap real quick on some of the goals that we're after. First, the major goal is that we are ultimately going to grind out the first team of Phoenix. That's everybody except for Sabine. And it'll be 5 characters. It's going to take most of our resources until we get to player level 40 or 50 probably to unlock them. The goal will be to get them to 5 stars and gear level 7 so that we are prepared for a few different things actually. We'll be prepared for 2 major dark side events. The Emperor's Demise, where you can unlock Emperor Palpatine. We should be able to unlock him at 5 stars. And then we'll also be looking forward towards the Thrawn event whenever that happens to come out. Good, we got player level 4 by the way. But, oh geez, we still haven't gotten our gear. But anyway, once we get to... Let's see here, so we just got a free Cantina pack. That's cool. Nice, and there's Farm Boy Luke. So we got a little bit of DPS coming now. But anyway, like I was saying, we're using the Phoenix with an eye towards 2 major Empire characters. And there is a method to this madness. Ideally, we want to hit Command Luke Skywalker. To do that, you need a 7-star R2-D2. To get to R2-D2, you need a strong Empire team. And generally speaking, having Palpatine and Thrawn at 7 stars is and Darth Vader is a great start to an Empire team. We'll also want TIE Fighter Pilot and probably Tarkin, Grand Moff Tarkin, or the Royal Guard. But that would be our 5-man, and I'm working backwards from Command Luke Skywalker, but that will be our 5-man Empire team to unlock 7-star R2-D2. Well, to get that team, I have to get Palpatine and Thrawn open. The Phoenix team can accomplish both of those for me. So that's where we're going to go with it. Also, the Phoenix team, if I put enough resources into it, will do very well in the squad arena when we finally unlock that. We can hopefully, if this is a newer server that we're connected to, it would be really nice to be able to get into the top 2,000 in our early farming with an eye towards maybe top 500. That might be a little ambitious, but that's what we're going to shoot for. And hopefully, if I can get Thrawn and Palpatine open at least 5 stars, I can develop an Empire team that can definitely get me into the top 500. So that's kind of the method of the madness and where we're headed and why we're choosing Phoenix to start. So we're going to take a look here. Just get rid of our quests. Anytime I see red down in the quests, I immediately try and take care of that. And take a quick look at all of our guys to see if there's anything new we can do. We're still trying to deal with this one level up here. Ugh. Frustrating when the random number generator doesn't want to give you, even after 4 or 5 runs, doesn't want to give you any love on the drops here. So we're still trying to grind out his last piece of gear for gear level 2. Then the next one will be Luke. The Jedi Counselor I'm not too worried about until we're able to start lifting his healing ability and whatnot. He's just, even the lightsaber hit's pretty decent right now, but he's going to become dead weight in a little while without upgrading his heals. He's just not going to be able to keep up. So we'll see how this goes. You can already see Luke hits pretty decently at these lower levels. Everybody's taking a punch well, that's nice. And there we go, we got it. So we'll go ahead and get that piece of gear open. And then what we're going to do is move right to the end of the normal tier. So we got our last node. And we're going to go ahead and give this a shot. I think it's Veers who we're going to go against. We'll just see how this goes. I'm going to go ahead and fight this one too. Good. I didn't realize that officer was over there. There's not a lot of strategy going on here. If I see a healer, I'm going to take out their healer. Otherwise, I tend to go for the hardest hitters first. And just play it by ear there. If it's a whole team of taunting guys, then your pecking orders really, it's not your decision anymore. But yeah, I'm not too. See, we just got a taunter over here, so I'm gonna be stuck going after him. See if I can pick off this Imperial officer. Should definitely go for the stormtroopers first. I forgot they have that little heal. The boss man. So we're going to take this guy out first. I'm going to make Chewie taunt here in a moment, since I just used my heal. Chewie gets a really nice ability later on where he is able to recover hit points on his own without heals. Comes in handy after you drop a taunt, or to actually drop a taunt and survive it. You can use that third ability. We have to unlock it first, but when we get to the point where we get that third ability, it'll be a nice little extra save while we're trying to develop other characters that can support him. There we go, 3-starred it. Nice. Much easier now. We got just 2 guys lifted to the next gear level. That's great. Again, we're keeping the rest of our levels down. We're just focusing on gear level. And we're focusing on shards. We're going to get a scout. I remember this now. I remember this initial team. Ewok Scout. We need 2 more shards to complete him. And oh, would you look at that? That's the first shard that's available. Very nice. All right. Excellent. So we got our 2 shards. Oh, imagine that. I love sarcasm, by the way. So we have our scout. We have a full team now. And they're going to be our bread and butter, unfortunately. Moving forward. And there we go. We've unlocked Tier 2. Normal. Or we have Tier 1. We have normal. We can revisit. And we have hard. We'll go ahead and start using this to level up the stars on our various guys. So we'll be focusing on Jedi Counselor and whoever gets opened in these last 2. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video now. But the plan here for the first day, I'm going to use up the rest of my energy. I might use my crystals here to buy a little bit more energy to continue grinding out some gear levels, and hopefully I'll have a team of gear level 2, level 2 or 3, character level 2 or 3 with gear levels 2 across the board, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed the journey with me. Thanks.